All day I have been seeing this image of a sand timer with a long sword pierced through the center, like just split down the middle, and it's completely smashed and broken, and there's sand flying out everywhere. There's something you just did, or there's some new framework you have entered into that is no longer defined. These sirens outside my window are going crazy right now. Sorry. That's crazy. Okay. Sirens could be a synchronicity for you right now. There's something about the law of time. Not the law, but like the chains of time. It's like you no longer have any time constraints and you have this freedom. But also it's like it's not even about time constraints. It's like it is on the base level. But it's almost like when you are not defined or constrained by time, this sense of time, either running out of time or being overwhelmed with time, it's like when you do not define your life by how much time you have or by wasting time or anything of the sort, you actually free yourself from every restriction that could possibly be placed upon you, because when you have this, in a sense, like you have limitless time or you have like no time, it's just like time doesn't exist for you. You could resonate with the book Slaughterhouse-Five. That's actually my favorite book. I have a tattoo inspired by it. You could like Kurt Vonnegut. But in Slaughterhouse-Five, there's the idea of being unstuck in time. This character has PTSD, and he is constantly experiencing different moments in his life, and it's not on a linear path. It's not, his life does not experience linear time. So there's this sense of like breaking free, breaking the chains of time. And in a way it simplifies things, because it's almost this sense of like, I want something and I'm gonna get it. In a way, it's like, I want this thing, so I'm gonna work towards that thing. And a lot of times time can like restrict us because we think, oh, we're too old to work toward this goal, right? Because we think we wasted our life working towards something that wasn't aligned with us, so now we can't do the thing that is actually aligned with us, because we may think, oh, we're in too deep, it's too late. And there's something about how you're not defined by your age. You no longer feel defined by your age. You may feel like the youngest you have ever felt in your life. I'm getting a lot of texts right now, so you may feel very distracted right now. You may feel, okay, there's this sense of like being projected upon right now, where you may have spent the past few months, the past few years, however this resonates, being projected upon, having other people's idea of the way life should be, of the way people should be, project upon you. Also like thinking, oh, I should achieve this by this age. I should be married by this age. I should have this place in my career at this age. Things like that. It's like you're no longer you just stopped. You no longer define life that way, because you don't see time linearly. You just get these ideas, you get these visions in your brain, and then you work on that. And then if it pivots, you pivot with it. You pivot with the idea. You pivot with the vision. It's this sense of like comfort in the unknown. It's this comfort in the known that can't be seen, in the invisible known, in the intuitive feeling of being, in the intuitive feeling of letting yourself be led, but also in a way that's like you're leading yourself there, because it comes from a higher place within you, and that's your higher self talking, and you know that whatever your higher self tells you is coming from a certain place in time that you're just not experiencing in this moment, but it has already happened in the future in a way. And it will happen, and it just, in this moment in time, it isn't happening, or it's not happened yet, but non-linearly, it's already happened, if that makes sense. So, okay, hello again, it's me. I was channeling that message earlier today, and I got completely blocked. I don't know what blocked it, but there was some intense energy where suddenly everything came to a crashing halt. And it's interesting because I have been channeling the song That Funny Feeling by Phoebe Bridgers, if you know it. It's actually from the Bo Burnham special that came out during COVID. What's it called? Stuck Inside? It's from that, but Phoebe Bridgers does a cover of That Funny Feeling. And if you have not heard that song, listen to that song. That's your message from this. But it's interesting because in my channeled message earlier, I was talking about this energy of being unstuck in time, but also just being unstuck in general, I'm getting, and how that kind of, like, we see things as humans as very fixed, almost like a fixed view. You could be a fixed sign, your astrological sign. Like, you could have a lot of fixed energy in your chart if this message is finding you. If not, that's fine. This is still for you, but that could be a weird synchronicity, because I never use that word fixed. Okay, anyway. I'm really having trouble channeling today. There's a lot. You could feel like there's something eating away at your energy. Getting like gnats, 155, as I just said that. Oh my god, I've been seeing 155 everywhere. Like, I'm just getting, there's like this, you feel good. And I think that's why this energy is coming through. That's why my channel got blocked earlier, because there was something feeding on my energy and I couldn't stop it until it was too late. So like, there's something that's like being hidden from you until you're in a state where you're the most vulnerable, because you're creating or you're channeling or you're doing something. And it's kind of like the final pool, the final, like, something clinging onto your energy because you're about to like have a major breakthrough with whatever you're creating. And so whatever energy you have cleared in order to get to this point is still kind of lingering in the air almost, and like they're trying to like latch, they're taking like one last shot at you or something. Anyway, especially with the channel of like That Funny Feeling, the song, it's this experience of being open. When you are so open to possibility, and so when you stop being so fixed in time and fixed in societal norms or fixed in these like opinions that we are presented in this society from birth that kind of just like direct our lives, when you detach from those ideas and you see life as for more of a limitless sense, right? You see more of like a limitless view of the world and your life and yourself. When that happens, when you are so open to possibility, you are so, I almost said vulnerable, but it's almost like you open yourself up to the full depth of truly feeling, the true depth of the human experience. And that, like, we're emotional beings, right? So it's like you may feel you're kind of towing the line all the time. You're kind of always teetering between feeling amazing and feeling horrible, because it's just two sides of the same coin. And it's interesting because I was discussing this with my therapist earlier about how when you really allow yourself to experience life you feel everything that we come into contact with every day to the highest extent, when usually we're just numb to it. So for example, I was talking to my therapist about how, like, every time I see like roadkill when I'm driving, or like I see a deer carcass on the side of the road, and it's just like a dead body on the side of the road that was just left there, like, I feel it. It's almost like stubbornness too. I like make myself feel it because I'm like, that was a life and that life ended. And like, most people are just accustomed to like driving past the dead deer, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I force myself to feel the loss because I want to honor that life, and I want to honor this like random experience, this like random world that we're all just living in, and we have no idea what any of it means, right? And he was also, we also brought up like, oh, that's so interesting, I just talked about this in my other channeled message about like the magic of flying, and like every time you take a flight you should like have the reaction to it that it's insane. That being on a flight and being in the air, it's insane that like that's possible, that we do that as humans. And it's just, honestly, I don't have like a big like hook or like point of this video. Honestly, like, I don't, this is just kind of a mess of a reading because I really thought I was like channeling into a specific energetic message earlier, and then it all came crashing down. And it really has to do with this, like, because I did have like a moment like right after that, and I kept trying to work on things and nothing was working, and I started, like, my nervous system freaked out and I started to have a panic attack, and I had to like bring myself back down. And it's just, I just want to like point to this: when you allow yourself to fully experience life, you're allowing yourself to feel beauty and also pain. It's like this double-sided experience, right? Most people numb themselves to pain. That's like their, and I'm not saying that as like a judgment. It's just like, honestly, that is like a good tactic to get through life, because sometimes the pain is unbearable, and so the only way to get by is to numb yourself to it. So I'm not saying that's like your people's brains, like, that's just like an adaptive way of living and like getting by, right? But when you like kind of retract from that and like allow yourself to truly feel, that is like allowing yourself to access the true beauty and the true joy and the true frequency of love that is present in the world. But you're also, if you do that, you have to experience the pain that is present in the world, the pain and the horror that occurs, right? So it's like, just go listen to that funny feeling. If you feel crazy, and if you feel like your energy is just up and down, and you feel like you're doing so good, and then suddenly you get hit with this sadness or this anxiety, it's like, you don't need to escape the sadness. You can use the sadness to further connect with yourself. You can use the sadness to further connect with the world around you. And that doesn't say anything about where you're going. It's actually like a really good sign that you are making progress in whatever you want, in whatever life you want to live. Because in order to get the life you really want, you have to feel it. And when you feel sad, just remember that like that is, you're retraining your mind to feel. You are retraining your nervous system to feel, and for that to just be okay. Yeah. like the beauty in the world is so much more beautiful knowing that it exists alongside the pain. I'm gonna end it there because the energy is funky and I need to take care of myself. I don't know exactly what that means yet, but I know I'm gonna figure it out. And I know you're gonna figure it out. So trust yourself. If this message hit for you and you want some support, let me know down below in the comments. But I love you. Trust your intuition, trust yourself. You are so powerful.